Hi, I'm UFO Jesus. In this video, I'm going to explain why UFOs are a worldwide problem, why I don't trust the government, and what the solution is to the UFO problem. Oh, what's that, hippie? You don't think UFOs are a problem?
The former director of Central Intelligence, Admiral Roscoe Hillenkoetter, does. Here's what he wrote in the New York Times in 1960 in an open letter to Congress. Behind the scenes, high-ranking Air Force officers are soberly concerned about UFOs, but through official secrecy and ridicule, citizens are led to believe the unknown flying objects are nonsense. To hide the facts, the Air Force has silenced its personnel. The French Minister of Defense, Robert Galley, does. Here's what he stated in a 1974 radio interview. If your listeners could see for themselves the mass of reports coming in from airborne gendarmerie, from the mobile gendarmerie, and from the gendarmerie charged with the job of conducting investigations, then they would see that it is all pretty disturbing. The Spanish General Carlos Castro Cavero does. Here's what he told a journalist in 1976. The nations of the world are currently working together in the investigation of the UFO phenomenon. There is an international exchange of data. The British Admiral Lord Peter Hill-Norton, who was Chief of the Defense Staff of the United Kingdom, also thinks UFOs are a problem. He's been recorded saying, "There is a serious possibility that we are being visited by people from outer space. It behooves us to find out who they are, where they come from, and what they want."
All the cattle that have been mutilated think the UFOs are a problem after they have had their eyes, tongue, ears, rectum, and sex organs removed with precision, seemingly accomplished by a laser. Abductees think UFOs are a problem when they are taken aboard ships against their will. Pilots all over the world think UFOs are a problem when they present aviation hazards. Thousands upon thousands of military pilots since the 40s asked to engage in UAP intercepts would also consider the UFO phenomenon a problem. Military officers the world over in charge of missile launch facilities who experience UFOs coming above their facilities, unannounced, uninvited, and turning off their nuclear missiles one by one, also consider the UFOs a problem.
If UFOs are such a big issue, I'm angry that ATIP's the only program in the government studying them.
Based on all the various problems that UFOs have posed for the United States, its allies, and every other nation in the world, and the fact that these problems have been ongoing since the late 40s, what I am about to tell you is that there have been at least billions, perhaps more likely trillions of dollars that have gone into UFO research in the United States alone. Beyond the problems that UFOs cause, does anyone really believe that the militaries of the world would not be rabidly obsessed with learning more about the capabilities of these UFOs and doing everything within their power to figure out how to duplicate such technology? Let's examine what UFOs are capable of, and then afterwards, I want you to tell UFO Jesus with a straight face that the United States government has not been pouring trillions of dollars into the studies of UFOs since the 40s. UFOs are capable of sudden and instant acceleration. To put this very simply, they could maneuver like a ping pong ball. They are not subject to the physics that we here on Earth understand. Low observability. For example, radar returns of UFOs often comes off as jammed or even nonsensical. This may be deductive reasoning, but I believe these UFOs can be completely and utterly stealth and undetectable by any radar system on Earth if that's what they choose. Transmedium travel. Our current understanding of physics demands that if a vehicle is designed for the ocean or is designed for the atmosphere or is designed for space, that its design has to be specific to those environments. But UFOs don't seem to fall into that necessity. A single UFO would have no issues traveling underwater, traveling in Earth's atmosphere, or traveling in space without any compromise on its performance. Beyond this, it has been demonstrated that UFOs are capable of jamming the instrumentation on an aircraft, for example, or disabling it, or even disabling nuclear missiles while they're in their silos, or even having an effect on the human consciousness by making it so people perceive time as standing still, or in other cases, making it so a long stretch of time has transpired, but it feels to the person that's interacting or engaging with the UFO, it feels to them as if it's been a blink of an eye. Now, what I just covered regarding the capabilities of UAP technology, the US government has been aware of for decades and decades. To put this in context, a single UAP could take on a fleet of F-35s, the most advanced aircraft in the United States arsenal that I know of, and a single UAP would have no problem engaging an entire fleet of F-35s. You don't think that the US military would be interested in studying these UAPs and trying to derive whatever they could to apply to their own technological studies to advance their own military? Of course.
So what is the solution to the UFO problem?
Well, for starters, I can tell you that there is no military solution to the UFO problem. In a future video, I may go into great depths as to why I do not believe there is a military solution, but I'm going to cut it short for this video. Whatever is in control of these UAP, they are at minimum hundreds, if not thousands, perhaps tens of thousands, and maybe even hundreds of thousands of years technologically more advanced than we are. So to go to battle with whatever is controlling these crafts would be akin to SEAL Team 6 entering the Amazon, hunting for uncontacted tribes in the Amazon, coming across those uncontacted tribes fully armed, and the uncontacted tribes with their bow and arrows and their blowguns hoping that they'll be able to hold off SEAL Team 6. You and I both know what the outcome of that will be, regardless of how much effort the uncontacted tribes make to survive that encounter. So the solution to the UFO problem is singular, and that is an end to the UFO cover-up. All of the greatest minds from every nation needs to become cooperative. We need to all put our minds together to learn and study and figure out what the hell these UFOs are. Who's controlling them? Why are they here? What is their objective? Perhaps more important, we need to all cooperate in the study of UFOs and discern what we can take away from these technologies that we can apply to mankind to improve human society. Many believe, as I do, that much of the technology that has been gained through the study of UFOs, whether from afar or whether from crashed vehicles that have been recovered, has been sequestered away within deep black unacknowledged projects within the United States government. I think we really need to release those technologies that have been acquired through those unacknowledged programs that can benefit humankind. And if there are any dark aspects to the UFO phenomenon, that is not justification for people within the Pentagon and the intelligence agencies to keep it secret. Because by keeping it secret, what you're essentially doing is concealing a reality that affects all of humanity and not just those within the Pentagon and in the intelligence agencies. As I heard Stephen Bassett say in a recent interview, yes, you have some very bright people in the Pentagon and in the intelligence agencies, but we have really bright people too, just as bright as you guys, and maybe even brighter. Let's all work together to figure this out and to engage it in a constructive way so that we reach the best solutions. How can we reach the best solutions when the amount of people working on the UFO problem is so minuscule? As you probably noticed, in this episode, I am UFO Jesus. And the reason I decided to be UFO Jesus in this episode is because I just added a UFO Jesus t-shirt. Now, many don't know, I did not make up the UFO Jesus character. Actually, people were calling me UFO Jesus in the comments of my videos, and I said to myself, hey, they're calling me UFO Jesus, I might as well try it out, and so I have. I would say that it's a reoccurring character that I put into my videos every now and then, just for fun. So if you're interested in getting a UFO Jesus t-shirt, please click the link below, or just go to disclosurelife.com. All purchases of t-shirts, of course, help to keep this channel alive. If you enjoyed this video, I do hope you will subscribe because there's going to be so much more content just like it. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.